Hmm. You know, I get asked my opinion on drugs all the time. I'm pretty much against all drugs except marijuana. That's it. Everything else turns you into an animal or an asshole or a dependent, you know, person with a severe addiction. I'm against all of them, alcohol included. Pot, that's the only one that passes my muster. And you should be 18 before you do it because it does hinder brain development. You want to make sure your brain is done growing first, and then it's fine after that. I'd much rather see people smoke than drink alcohol. Um, yeah, they're hideous. If you need help, get help. The Our system isn't really designed to help people. It's designed to punish people because Richard Nixon got angry. I tell this story all the time. Richard Nixon got pissed off because the Jewish psychologists were using marijuana in their uh, sessions with patients. And Tricky Dicky didn't like that. And this is when the hippies were giving him a hard time, the peaceniks. Tricky Dicky was a warmonger for a reason because he knew what we had at our command. Anyway, he told Haldeman that I want you to hit him in the puss as hard as you can. Wow. And then all of a sudden, you know, within, I think it was within a day or a couple of days or a week or so, he created the DEA, who to this point have spent $1.6 trillion on the war on drugs to increase drug supply by 70%. And to see, like, you know, 13 states with recreational use, et cetera, other countries legalizing drugs. You see, it was all one guy's fever dream about controlling people and what they should or shouldn't put in their bodies. When it comes to recreation, as much as I hate alcohol, I have to respect some other responsible drinkers' right to have a drink. If you're an alcoholic, then you also have the right to get medical care. You should not be treated as a criminal, and that goes for any drug. It doesn't matter what your reasons are. There's very few good reasons why you end up addicted to a narcotic or, you know, have an other drug dependency, especially alcohol. It's one of the worst ones. And the trouble is that our system is set up to punish them and to try to get money out of them, and they get stuck in this court system, and now they got this shit on their record that says they're a bad person. And that's the exact opposite of what we want. We want to get them help because they have a problem. You can't, you know, well, you don't see alcohol being outlawed, and everyone with common sense looks at that and they immediately lose faith in our own government. When we see that marijuana is listed as more dangerous than crack or cocaine or heroin, then we have to look at our government and go, well, if they'll lie about something this obvious, what won't they lie about? It's an insulting slap in the face. Of course it is. And the saner, the more, you know, the more sane people in Washington understand that, have been trying to do something about it, because even a child can understand that, and all you're going to do is drive a wedge between you and the people you're supposed to be serving. And then from that point on, nothing's going to get resolved. Where if you just, you know, yeah, I'm not saying like Portugal, make all drugs legal, although that is the solution. It has appeared to be the solution everywhere it's been tried. I'm saying that, you know, we need to start having something other than the legal system to treat people who are in trouble. If someone is stealing to feed their family because they can't get a job, because they got busted for weed or got, had got their license taken away for a DUI because they're an alcoholic, you know what I mean? That situation has nowhere to go but downhill. Society pays the price, the kids pay the price, he pays the price, they pay the price. See? It's this giant negative on society when we could spend much less resource-wise to get a person help than to deal with the aftermath of bad social decisions about how to treat people with problems. But I think all drugs, all of them, coke, heroin, meth, all that shit turns you into an animal. It removes your ability to make common sense, rational, spiritual decisions. It robs you of that ability. You may think you can control it and that you're special or whatever, but you're not. Okay. It's pot is the only substance you should be consuming unless it's for meditative or religious purposes, things like this. If you like psychotropic drugs for medicinal use in micro doses or something like that, you know what I mean? That's something you might want to discuss with people who are experts in that field. It seems to be that there's a lot of studies out now that say that it's beneficial, but they also say it's beneficial with counseling, not just by itself. It's not a miracle drug. Okay? So, anyway, yeah, I get asked my opinion on drugs all the time, and I just think they're abhorrent in every way. And pot's the only drug that I would see be used, although I'm not against people who drink alcohol, I'm just against alcohol. And what it does to people who can't control it. It's the dragon, like what I have to go through with my prescriptions. You have to be careful. It's not something that you fuck around with. It's dangerous. I would never think about driving after taking my medication any more than I would think about going to the bar and getting drunk and driving. But you see, at 2 o'clock, if you go to any bar in any large town, you're going to see drunk people leaving the bar every fucking night, and that is complicit with the police departments. Because the police departments arrested everybody that left every bar at 2 a.m., all the bars in town go out of business, and there goes the majority of their fucking tax money is from alcohol sales. They love bars. So, anyway, that's my opinion. Sorry, I got carried away there.